Today we are starting new series of PHP MVC. We assume that you guys got a fair bit of knowledge of PHP, and you guys knows all these bits and pieces of PHP, because this is not the beginner's tutorial video, but I consider that PHP MVC is one of the medium. I believe if you do small, say if you do the small or the beginning course of PHP, if you know the bits and pieces or the procedure programming in PHP, or say if you guys know the OOP, object-oriented programming in PHP, then I believe that you guys should learn this PHP MVC, because this is more popular and widely used. And first, to begin with, what is PHP MVC? So we all know what PHP is, yeah? So PHP MVC is a model view controller. So M stands for model, and V stands for view, C stands for controller. So this is model view controller. Okay. So the model is it goes to our database. So it goes to our database. That's where all our models are stored. View goes to the HTML which user interacts, and controller sits behind and controls in between the controller and the model. So the controller here are why is giving me error? Okay, it wants me to write the thing. Okay, so I'll put it separately. So the controller controls what goes on in the HTML and what users see. So the controller controls that, and the controller also controls the database. So it brings everything from the database. Say if you users trying to interact with the login, say login page or sign up page. With the login page, if user try to put a name, say our username, he must go first to sign up, yeah? So you must have the user record in a sign up. So you got a name, our username, and password. Username and password. All right, so this one's username, email, and password. So password. Okay, the sign up is a form. There's a form goes in the sign up. So we've got a form here, yeah? So one sec, it's a form. I'll try to do it different color, makes a lot of sense. Okay, the sign up, we have a form there which takes input from user. So the user puts his or her name, our username, or password. Sorry, this is password. So it goes all the way to this database. We store this in a model. Okay, so and immediately after that we let the user in to come in our website, to come in our system. So and then comes in the controller, views and controller, because the user views this view on the computer monitor screen. So I can draw here monitor screen, say this is the user, and the users view the screen. So that's what the HTML is, and behind these views are PHP, which our framework, whatever. So it's controller, it's got a controller, and it controls the HTML, what the user sees, and controller is also responsible for the database. So if next time the user comes in and puts his or her username or email and password, it goes straightly to the controller, and control it goes to the view, which is HTML, and views asking controller, what's going on with this user? Have you got a model for this user? Is the username matches with this? And the controller quickly interacts with this model and brings whatever's on the database. All right, so why we need PHP MVC? Why we need it? Say if you guys familiar with PHP, the procedural programming, if you guys do the same things, say if you guys want to make the login page, you're making the login page, login.php. Say you go to the register PHP, and you guys connect this register through the MySQLi or PDO or any other method which connects to your database, say SQLite or PostgreSQL, whatever. The user, so you do these things, and then you put a home page. You put all your menus and you let the user in. Say the file goes on and on and on and on and on. It becomes 100, then it becomes 200, and it becomes, say at the end, it becomes 900 pages of PHP. All right, so it becomes 900 pages of PHP. It becomes extremely difficult to go and debug, say one word, say if your things malfunctioning, if your PHP is malfunctioning, the user tries to log in and it gives error and you don't know where the error is coming from, and it becomes a nightmare. Trust me, right? It becomes a nightmare to go and find one page in 900 pages, or say if one page got thousands of codes. Yeah, you guys, if you guys familiar with PHP, which I believe you are, it's, say if it's got a lot of pages. Yeah, so and for every page you got to go and find this one small error, say one word. So PHP is, sometimes PHP is not a very simple language, as you guys familiar with. It's very complicated. Sometimes it's giving you error, something which are not even related to that error. So okay, now comes in PHP MVC. With the PHP MVC is very clear and obvious. So if the PHP MVC is giving you error inside the login, the first thing you go and check is the view. So if there is no error, which I don't think there is, a view is going to give error, then you go and see the controller, with controller which controls this view. You go and straight away check your things, controller, and if controller is okay, then you know straight away it's your model, it's your database. And with the model, then you know straight away and you check your database. So it's in between the three, it becomes a lot easier, even though you got, say you've got a 5,000 of pages, you've got a, like say about 8,000, even 8,000 of pages, you can go in straight within minutes, if not so seconds. Yeah, you can go with, I can do within minutes or whatever. I can go straight away fix up the problem, because you already know that the views, the controller controls this view, and the controller instruct the view what to put it there and what to not put there. So without controller permission, the view is not going to render any file. It must be in the controller, it must be in action. So, and the model also, the controller also controls the model. Every model, say if you're logging in, it must be in the controller defined, and the controller must instantiate this model, login model. Say if you got a controller and you've got a login, say if you put a, one sec, if say this is your login controller, yeah, login controller.php. So the login controller.php controls this login. So if you've got a public function login, say in all of other languages, action login or login. So say Now we say is login. Say you must instantiate, so it says our login is equal to new login. Yeah, it must instantiate that. So if this new login is, it must be defined inside your model. Say without this it's very hard. So you wanna, then you go at the end and view. To view this one with the login, you must define your login again. So in the view you put a login and you must define your login. This is your login. So if you go this, it says this render, and then you put it there, your login page, login.php, and after that you put your thing inside this bracket. I'm running out of the room. This login, because you already defined this login. Okay, we put it here and we are done. Okay, so now the view already knows, the controller is already instructing the views to render this login page, and if someone comes in and press this login, you instantiate this login page from here. So because our login is, our variable logins got instantiation of login, which is in our model. Okay, now we go and see a few other MVC frameworks. So the first one, and I believe the simplest one, is CodeIgniter. If you guys want to do PHP MVC, I believe that the first and it's the most simplest. This is open source, as you guys can see. It's got a GitHub thing, and it's very simple. If you guys to GitHub, so at the moment the latest version is version 4.0.4. okay, so this is the simplest and most straightforward PHP MVC if you guys wanna get your hands dirty. So CodeIgniter 3, there used to be CodeIgniter 3 and now it's CodeIgniter 4. Yeah, okay, and you guys can see even GitHub can see the all the repositories and all these codes in GitHub. Okay, that's CodeIgniter in GitHub. It says CodeIgniter is a PHP full stack web framework that is light, fast, flexible, and secure. More information can be found at the official site, which is this one. This is the official site. This is a GitHub site. Okay, you guys can go and read through this, and if you guys interested in CodeIgniter, the next one we go, which is very I believe very popular and very secure, is Zend framework. Zend framework now is used to be Zend, but it says with a clear message Zend framework has now Lemines project. Now it means they changed their name. I believe Zend framework is one of the most secure ones. It's who uses this framework, Zend framework. So as we can see, all these companies, Cisco, and there's a BBC, and all these companies that I never heard of, I never seen these companies before. They're using this company, but this BBC and I believe this Cisco, WebEx are very big companies. Okay, the next one is very popular one, is Cake PHP. Cake PHP has been there for quite some time. It's very old framework, and it's, I believe it's PHP MVC is very powerful, as you guys can see. That's a community. If you guys want to get involved, our issues, if you guys get any issues, you can always go on a GitHub page and always can say if you got any problem with your Cake PHP. Okay, This Laravel as well is also MVC. It's built on PHP Symfony. Symfony is a very light PHP framework, and it's very, very powerful, and Laravel is built on that one. So there you go. A lot of Laravel's got a very huge ecosystem. So Laravel's, as you can see, very, 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 very powerful. The last one is PHP Ye. PHP Ye 2 is also MVC, and it's really big object-oriented programming, PHP object-oriented programming software. So, and as you guys can see, it's got a lot of books already written about the PHP Ye 2. At the moment it's Ye 2. Used to be Ye, but at the future version it's going to be Ye 3. Ye 3 is coming soon. I'm not sure when, but it's coming soon. So as you guys can see, this craft CMS is built in Ye. So Ye means yes it is, I believe. I've got extensive experience in this framework Ye, and if you guys want to work, you guys can start this one and you can view the code. So if you guys got a Composer, you must first install Composer in your system, and with the Composer you can create the Ye project. Say this is the basic. One more thing with the Ye, and I'm gonna make separate videos about the Ye. You got a basic and advanced framework. If you guys familiar basic, you can always go and explore the advanced framework. So if we go there, our command line, and if you guys using Linux or Ubuntu, you know what I'm typing here, or you guys using Windows, okay, mkdir PHP MVC. So we're creating the directory in PHP MVC. Done. So we are going to our directory PHP MVC. Alright, so as you guys can see, I'm checking my directory and I've got nothing in my directory. Alright, so how do we download this one? So Composer, create project, prefer dist yesoft ye2 app basic. So there you go. Our top MVC is downloading. It might take a while, maybe a few seconds or a minute. Now we're going to explore while it's downloading. We are gonna explore this PHP MVC. Alright, so that's how you're gonna see, you guys, if you guys put a HTTP localhost 8080, it's exactly like Laravel. So PHP Ye serve at the Laravel, put exactly the same things, and it's localhost 8080 at the port 8080. But I always, because I'm running Linux, I always put it straight away without putting these things. Okay, that's your HTTPD conf, and that's your Apache configuration. If you want to put your configuration to basic app, basic web, that's how you guys do that. So your rewrite engine, and you rewrite that everything goes to the index. That's your rule, and that's a condition that it shouldn't be file or directory. And rewrite rule is sorry, I'll start again. That's user mode rewrite to pretty URLs rewrite engine is on. Show script name, that's the index, and if a directory file exists, use the current use the request directory. That's not file and not directory, and that's index PHP. Okay, that's you guys. If you guys running Nginx, that's how you read it. I read it as Nginx. I don't know what you guys reading, so but I read it as Nginx. Okay, that's how you guys configure the Nginx configuration. and this is the IIS configuration in php.ini. Okay, one more thing, you guys, I tell you guys that PHP framework, there are a lot of other applications, open source applications already built. If you guys want to explore, or you guys want to see that there is a social networking site, is HumHub. HumHub's already built on PHP. There you go, that's HumHub. If you guys want to explore this, HumHub is a social media framework built on PHP 2, because PHP 2 is very smooth and it's very powerful. It's very powerful. You can build even social network, you can build anything. You can build contact management websites, you can build social networking sites, you can build any sites, any high strength which can deal with millions of users, and which is, of course, which is easy and the thing. So now our PHP is done, so we go in C, PHP MVC. So if you go in our HTML and we put a local host PHP MVC, okay, that's our PHP MVCs here. And as you guys can see, our thing is download. The thing is, you guys go there at the web directory, because I didn't put the rewrite engine. This is our web index directory. So this is our web index directory. I'm gonna make another tutorial for you guys if you guys interested in PHP and how we build a project with PHP. At the moment it's empty, it's not connected to any database, but I'm going to show you guys in the future videos how we build this PHP 2 framework. Okay, as you guys can see, this one even got a verification code, so it's already built in. If user put this verification code, it's okay, otherwise it's not gonna accept, it's not gonna let the user in. Okay, so this is mainly PHP MVC video. So today we explored what is PHP MVC and what is model view controller, and how user interacts with the model view. User interacts with the view and controller, while models at the back provides all this data to the user, and how we can instantiate and things, our login, and how we use this PHP MVC. It's a very cool concept, and the next video we're gonna dive deeper into the world of PHP MVC. Look after yourself, guys, and look after my channel as well. Thanks for watching, and bye.